say regarding the budget. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had meetings here over the last couple of months in which people have said that they want outstanding services, but that comes at a cost. So the department heads in this town and all of the people who are on the budget committee and everyone who's worked on the budget gave two different proposals. One is right-size the budget, put through what we need to be able to have essential services. That was done. People went on here for comments for hours about that they wanted additional people and additional services. That comes at a cost. That was put out there as like, this is what it costs. If you want to have all these services, it's going to cost between 17 and 25% more. No one said they're going to do it, but that's what the cost is. If you look at the national averages of tax burdens throughout the country, the state with the lowest tax burden is 5.1%, and that's Alaska. The second lowest is New Hampshire at 5.4%. We're good at squeezing a dollar out around here. What our impediments are is that health care for a family plan is $41,000, and it's going to increase to $45,000. It has doubled in the last 10 years. This is something we provide to our employees. What's great about this community is that Eric Turcotte called me at the last meeting and started to express his interest about this. Eric personifies what's great about Londonderry, right? He's what everybody should be in this community. And I've seen what Eric does behind the scenes and nobody even knows about it. It would be a lot nicer if we could all get to the same page here and understand what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do is continue to have a great community. The town side of government has about 200 employees, and it's 23% of the total budget. 2% of that, the additional 2% goes to the county, and the rest of it goes to education. We are an aging state. 36% of the people who live in this state are over 55 years old. That's 504,000 people. So what people are coming forward and saying is that as we continue to age, and they say we're going to go to 40% over the next 5 to 6 years, they're asking for different level of services. We need to continue to provide essential services, but everything comes at a cost. And Eric, you let me know when I can donate. And thank you for what you're doing.
You're helping, don't worry.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yeah, please.
So we sat through 2 budget sessions already, and we got to hear all kinds of things. And none of this is to the people who work for the town. None of this is to department heads that presented. Because I could see some of them not necessarily wanting to present everything they presented. They were doing what was asked of them. Erin last week said, she was just asked to come with $100,000. She didn't necessarily want to come up with that. If we're doing this on just information only and telling people what it costs, at the state level, they're doing cuts at 4%. I'd like to take the next 2 sessions to see what that looks like here, to see what it looks like on the other side, and that, instead of just seeing what it looks like on how much we can spend. I'd like to see the budget committee meeting on Thursday go over that and see what would it look like if we could cut something. A lot of times, I work in private business. I see people coming up with budgets all the time, and they're like, it can't get any lower. Until you say it has to get lower, we're going to go out of business. You can find something. There's always something. I've looked. Furniture's not the lowest line item. There's other things that can happen. Now, do you want to do that? Not necessarily. But I'm just curious what that would look like. Since we spent 2 whole sessions on what everything would look like to thrive and make it as good as we can get it, I'm just curious what it would look like if we did it the other way. And informationally, maybe we can find something in the middle where we're at reasonable. But to do 2 whole sessions, and my phone has been ringing off the hook since we started that, people don't take that as informational. They get worried. They get worried, do I have to start moving? I've literally heard that in the last couple of weeks, and I've been saying this the last 2 sessions. We should take a look at what it looks the other way and then present that to people informationally too. People just get a choice of, do you want to spend more on the ballot? We never seem to look at it or vote on it the other way on the ballot. So I'd just like to see that.
All right. Anyone else?